your champagne wishes and caviar dreams. Welcome inside the Hall of Fame. Now, can you dig that?
Welcome inside the Hall of Fame. I'm Booker T. 6-time world champ, 2-time Hall of Famer. My voice, man. My voice is a little hoarse today, so you guys are going to have to bear with me. But welcome inside the Hall of Fame, where you get your champagne wishes and caviar dreams, man. But Bradley, how you doing, man? How you feeling, dog?
I'm feeling good, Book. You know, we've had a great day already. And you know what? It is a phenomenal day in the city of Houston because it is raining outside. And it's been nice to have a little rain.
So loving this little rain coming through, man. I've been like, man, thank God, you know, the rain is here. Thank God the water, you know, is soaking up the ground real good. The grass is my grass was talking to me today. Yeah, saying thank you, God. You know what I mean? Because we've been needing this for a long time, man. 100-degree weather for like the last couple of months. Right now, it's like 80 degrees in Houston. 80. Yeah. I just was looking at the news and they say it's 80 degrees right now.
That's a great day, Book. That's a great day when it's 80 degrees.
I cut the AC off here a minute ago when I came upstairs to, you know, get locked in here in the studio. And I was like, man, pretty cold in here. You know, normally it's kind of warm in this area, but today, man, that AC was kicking, man. But I'm just happy, man. I'm happy we, you know, getting back to our golf weather. You know what I mean? I got a chance to play golf on Sunday. It was the first time I got a chance to play in 2 months. And the golf game wasn't that great, but it was just good to be out. Seriously.
Yeah, no, I mean, I like that we have weather that we can actually live in momentarily, because I mean, some of these 101, 102, 103 degree days, 105 degree days with 100% humidity in Houston it's not ideal, Book. But you know what? We had a great day, and fans of the podcast are going to get to hear us on Podcast Heat have an exclusive conversation with two pretty big names. One in the world of wrestling, who's going to be one of the stars you're going to talk about for the next 15 years or more. And then we also have another legend. Last week we had Cedric the Entertainer. This week we have another legend on the show. Should I flash the banner of who we have this week on the podcast?
Do it now. I'd do it for you. There it is.
We're gonna have Trick Williams and the Trilogy himself representing Port Arthur, Texas. One half of UGK. Bun B is going to be stepping inside the Hall of Fame, and we got to go over there to Trill Burger today and get it done.
What a burger, man. Guys, stay tuned. You're going to hear a whole lot of that conversation. But I tell you, man, a lot of stuff been going on right now, been blowing up the internet. And man, we got to get in it. First, you know, NXT, we had a little bet. You and I said 820. You said what, 860?
I said 860. I wrote it down. You said 820. I said 860.
Boom, man. We split the difference. Let's just say that.
Pretty much, yeah.
At 850. And man, but I was talking to my man Joe Vick, and Joe Vick said at one point it went to 1.6 million. For that night in NXT. So I'm gonna tell you right now, man, anytime we talking about numbers like that, I'm pretty happy just to be a part of the movement of NXT going in that direction. And I must say, Becky Lynch coming off of let's just say one of the best performances that she ever had with Trish Stratus. You know what I mean? In that cell, well, in that cage, let's just say that. What a match. And then to back it up with another match against Tiffany Stratton on NXT. Man, she's on fire right now. She's on fire. And I got a chance to watch her up close and personal, man. And Becky knows what she's doing, man. She's the man. She's the man. I got a chance to watch Becky Lynch perform inside the ring with Tiffany Stratton, someone who's, you know, pretty much fairly new at this game. And I equate it to me being fairly new, jumping in the ring with somebody like Ricky Steamboat, and I watched Tiffany, and I literally I had flashbacks. I had flashbacks to working with Steamboat, because the only thing I had to do was just keep my ears open follow him and try to make sure I execute when it was time to execute. And I watched Tiffany Stratton do the same thing with Becky. Becky was walking and talking, man, like a pro. And I was like, wow, man, this girl, she's good, man. She's real good. She's good. Oh, yes. And I've been hearing people talking about my catchphrase. Oh, yes. Oh, well, look here. It ain't going nowhere, damn it. We're getting the T-shirts made up.
Well, I will say this, too, because NXT is always appointment television for us here inside the Hall of Fame. But knowing that Tiffany Stratton, who we had on the show last week, was going into this match was highly touted, a lot of hype around it. And I know that, you know, in those moments, you can feel the pressure. But I will say this, man, those two women that went out there and they rocked it. They delivered to the utmost. And I mean, the Swanton. Can we talk about the Swanton for 1 minute that Tiffany Stratton hit? Picture perfect. I mean, you couldn't ask for a better Swanton than that one, Book.
It was one of the best Swantons I ever seen pulled off inside the square circle. I mean, she did it. I mean, it was graceful. But when I talk about coming down from the heavens, man, that's what I'm talking. It was beautiful. I'm talking about it was like one of the flying Walendas. You know what I mean? That's going way back, y'all. You just look up the Walendas. You know what I'm talking about. But now, man, she as far as the moonsault, and she actually was saying was talking to her about that. That's one time, and she said that was the first time that she had ever did it in the ring. And I was like, wow. I was like, that's very impressive. She's on her way. Like I say, I've been looking on the, in the comments, of course. And, a lot of people saying that Tiffany Stratton got buried, in that mat.
We lost Booker for a second.
You still with me, Brad? You still with me?
There you go.
You still with me?
Yeah,
okay.
You just came
I'm here to say Tiffany Stratton, she didn't get buried in that match. That was a match that's a young star like Tiffany Stratton would look forward to getting in the ring with someone like Becky Lynch, and then to be able to have a program with someone like Becky Lynch. That's just icing on the cake. I can only wish to be in someone like Tiffany Stratton's position right now. She's definitely on the rise. And I said, Tiffany Stratton is going to be, if she could just keep her head straight, which I really think she will, I think Tiffany Stratton is going to go down as one of the greats. I really do.
She was sensational. I mean, she was sensational in the match. Both of them were. And I think that anybody who thinks that she gets buried by losing to Becky Lynch, who's now a Grand Slam champion, one of the biggest names in the history of women's pro wrestling, I think that this is what I said to y'all. Just sit back and watch. You know what I mean? See what happens, because when somebody wins the title, eventually what happens, Book? Somebody's got to lose the title.
Yeah, and, but then when somebody win it again, they're gonna be made. They're gonna be made. Right. As I said, made in the shade.
Well, I mean, but think about it. Think about it like this. I mean, you've said this so many times on this show over the years. It'd be great to be a one-time world heavyweight champion, right? That's a great accomplishment. You know, it sounds better being a 5-time world heavyweight, 6-time.
Yeah, it's got a certain ring to it. It's got a certain feel. You know what I mean? And I got all mine like in 1 year. I don't care. It still counts. I can still say it. I can still call it. And that's what Tiffany Stratton is looking for. So like I said, she's looking to go past the stars, you know what I mean, to the moon, straight to the nebula, baby. Oh yes, she's doing it, and she's doing it her way. But let's not forget, guys, on September 23rd, Reality of Wrestling is going to have 2 NXT stars to main event that show. Axiom, Charlie Dempsey, 9300, Emmett F. Lowry, Expressway, 7:00 bell time. Don't miss out. Don't get shut out. The Royal Arena is going to be kicking, baby. It's going to be hot. It's going to be real hot. So make sure you out. You know what? There's only a few tickets left. But you know what we're going to do?
What are we going to do?
You know what? We're going to put a special, ticket row out. We're gonna do something special for the fans at Reality Wrestling. We're gonna make sure everybody get in the building on that, even if it's standing room only, like when I was in Korea back in the day, man. Standing room, yeah, I was in Korea, standing room only, man. E1 Po. Hey guys, stick around. You're in the Hall of Fame. We'll be back in a minute. Can you dig it, sucker? And this episode is sponsored by Blue Chew. Guys, let's talk about it. Let's talk about sex. Hey, you remember when you was always ready to go? I'm talking about strapping the rocket on it, man. Going straight to the moon. I'm talking about getting it done. If you want that extra confidence, I got something for you. Listen up, Blue Chew. Blue Chew is a unique online service that delivers the same active ingredients as Viagra, Cialis, Levitra, but in a chewable tablet at the fraction of the cost.
But the great thing, Book, is you can take it any time, day or night, so you can plan ahead or be ready whenever an opportunity arises. The process is simple. You sign up at BlueChew.com, consult with one of their licensed medical providers, and once you're approved, you'll receive your prescription within days.
The best part, guys, it's all done online on the internet. So there's no doctor's visit, no awkward conversations, no waiting in line at a pharmacy or any of that.
And the thing is, Book, Blue Chew's tablets, they're made right here in the USA and prepared and shipped direct to your door in a discreet package, so no one is the wiser.
Let's just get it out there, guys. Blue Chew wants to help you have better sex. Discover your options at BlueChew.com. It's like this. Chew it and do it. And we've got a special deal for our listeners. Try Blue Chew absolutely free when you use promo code Booker at your checkout. Just pay $5 for shipping, man. That's BlueChew.com. Use promo code Booker to receive your first month absolutely free. Visit BlueChew.com for more details and important safety information. And, we want to thank Blue Chew for sponsoring the Hall of Fame podcast. Chew it and do it. Welcome back inside the Hall of Fame, y'all. Hey, man, like I said, cannot wait to September 23rd to debut our new arena to the fans. It's something that we're really, really proud of. The Royal Arena is something that is really, really special to all of those young men and young women that perform on a monthly basis as well. And now they're getting an upgrade, man. We're about to upgrade you. We need to get Beyonce in the house for this debut. But I tell you what, guys, it's going to be a hell of a main event. Axiom, one of the hottest mass superstars that we have in NXT. I say this guy's going to be one of the greats one day, as well as Charlie Dempsey, grappler extraordinaire. Oh yes, it's going to be a hell of a main event. Showdown going down the next chapter, baby. Come get some. Can't wait, man. How you feel, man? You ready?
I'm excited. We were down there at the new arena last night, just checking things out, doing some stuff that we need to get done. And, I'm really excited about it. For a moment, I just stood there on the side of the ring and I looked around and I just started to imagine the people sitting there and imagine what it's going to look like on the 23rd with a sold out house.
Sold out.
Because it's going to be sold out. That's all the reality wrestling does.
It's already sold out.
It's already sold out. We're talking about having to add special seats.
Can we give Kevin Bernhardt a special thanks, man, because he's been working his ass off, man. He's been making sure everything is right for that debut. I mean, he's doing stuff that I haven't said anything. He's literally taken it upon himself and made it his own responsibility to make sure the Royal Arena is open properly for all of you guys. So, guys, come out and have some fun with us on the 23rd. First round on me. You know what I mean? First round on me. So yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, there you go. It's going to be going out again. That's 9300 M&F Lowry Expressway. And also, Book, I think I want to talk about Jade Cargill here in just a moment.
Oh, yes. We got to talk about it. That's big news, dog. That's breaking news. We need to get one of them breaking news. We need to get one of those.
Well, let's just jump right into it. We are hearing rumors on the internet
Yes.
about Jade Cargill. This was reported from Fightful Select, I believe, is where this information is coming from. This is what it says. Fightful Select reported early on September 14th that Cargill had effectively finished up with All Elite Wrestling just hours before the Rampage tapings in Cincinnati. There had been discussions about the nature of Cargill's deal over the summer, and she was taking planned time off from the company after AEW Double or Nothing. Those we've spoken with within WWE are of the belief that her deal may be structured in a way that could have her sign imminently, whatever that means. There was discussion of Cargill holding option years in AEW that has been confirmed. Yada, yada, yada. Here we go. Upon returning backstage following her match against Chris Statlander in Cincinnati, Jay was greeted with several members of the roster who exchanged hugs. It was seen as a farewell within the company. There were many within the company that said that she was heading to WWE, but she has not explicitly stated that. Cargill does have a lot of team and representative with her deal. Some top WWE stars have heard Cargill was heading to the company early as last week, and it was a topic of conversation backstage at WWE Raw. What do you think? Cargill to WWE? Do you like this? Look at your face.
No, man. I said it some months back. You know what I mean? I said it some months back. I said, Jade Cargill has WWE written all over her.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I said. I said she's a WWE superstar. You know what I mean? Not that she didn't fit in could not fit in AEW. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying she is what WWE has always promoted. That super athlete, that super soldier. You know what I'm saying? So, nah, man, this is something I anticipated. I didn't, put it out there or anything as far as saying Jade Cargill was going to be coming to WWE.
Yeah, I understand what you're saying, BT. You just cut out on us there for a moment.
There we go. I did feel like Cargill was perfect. That perfect star for the WWE. I mean, her star power is so huge right now. I mean, just say this for instance, they put a title on her, and they didn't even have to make her a champ, but she still was the focal point of that whole thing. Everybody was waiting when Jade Cargill was going to go against Britt Baker. That never happened. I don't think, right?
Not for the title. No,
exactly.
I don't believe they ever had the match.
I don't think they ever had the match or anything like that. And I think, of course, they were grooming Jade Cargill because, of course, she is a little green. But from the growth of the performance of Jade Cargill over the past few times I've seen her in the ring, she looked like she's progressing relatively quickly. And I think in the WWE, I think she's going to progress a whole lot quicker because WWE is not going to put her in positions where she got to go out there and do a lot of the stuff that a lot of those girls over there at AEW want to do, like go out there and have a death match, want to go out there and have a glass, one of these, crazy matches, you know what I mean? And I just think in WWE, her star power is going to grow like crazy. She's going to be a mega star in WWE.
We did talk about this several months back, and those were your exact words. Jade Cargill has WWE written all over her, and she has such a, she looks like a superhero. You know what I mean? Like when you see her, she's obviously a very, very beautiful girl, but with a great musculature, a great look. Always thinks about her ring entrance and her attire and what she's going to wear and how she's going to come across and present herself. And I will say, the AEW, to their credit, they did a good job of presenting her in a certain fashion and kind of making her the TBS champion, making that title for her. But I think that her potential is capped in AEW just from, as you said, her style is so different, right? And her style, to me, screams more of that WWE type product than it does AEW type product. With Jade, it's not about the work rate. It's about she's an attraction. You're not trying to get a certain kind of match out of her. You just want to go and see her. You want to see, man, we saw Cargill last night. She came through. She was looking great. Then she hit her with the slam at the end.
Man, she looked like a superhero. I mean, her outfits are always, shining. You could tell she puts a whole lot of thought process into, her presentation. And that's one thing that, a lot of people can't teach you. You got to want that. And I just feel like in WWE, she'll get a chance to work with a lot of different girls that she's going to be able to learn a whole lot from, along that route at the same time. And I just think I really think Jay Cargill will be in a better place. One thing about this window, it closes very, very quickly. And Jay Cargill needs to get the most out of the opportunity that she's going to get in this business. She needs to do it quick.
Yeah, she needs to do it quick. And to me, that's what I wanted to ask you. Do you feel that Jade, if she does sign with WWE, let's say she does, would you want her to be on the NXT roster, or do you want her going straight to the main roster?
I would want her going straight to the main roster. She's got that kind of star appeal. In NXT, she would overshadow just about everything that's going on there. That's just me personally. But I think Jade Cargill is a main event attraction right now. Sign her and put her in the game right now. Because there again, on the job training, I think is what Jade Cargill needs more than anything.
Now, let me ask you this. If she does leave, what is that? Is that a loss? Let me put it this way. Is that a loss for AEW? And how do you feel like, what does that say about AEW if she leaves?
It's a loss for AEW, but I think also it's not, a spot where AEW was putting a lot of stock into as well, as far as the women's division, trying to build a women's division and really create something, where just say, for instance, they could do an all-woman show. I don't know about 3 or 4 women in AEW right now. Can you name 5 women in AEW?
I mean, if I had a second, I probably could put them together.
Go ahead and try.
Okay. Well, we got Athena, right? Britt Baker.
Athena's in ROH.
Okay. So we got Britt Baker, Saraya, right? Anna Jay, Sky Blue, and there's more. What's her? Tony Storm.
It took you a minute.
I said if you give me a minute, I could get that.
That's what I'm saying. That's exactly what I'm saying. So it wasn't a whole lot of stock put into the women's division.
I agree.
Over there, so I feel like Jade Cargill was just spinning the wheels, looking good. I mean, did she look good on the show every week? Yeah. I mean, when she was on the show, yes, she looked good. Did she look good when she, got wins? Of course she did. But as far as really learning the business and really honing the craft, I don't think you have enough time or enough matches over there to actually do that, especially on television.
Yeah, right. And now that they've gone down, well, I guess they still have 3 shows. They got 5 hours of television. But I do agree with you. I think that as far as the women's division in AEW, most people would say they haven't spent as much time really cultivating that as WWE has in the last 5, 6, 7 years. Yeah, and but man, can you think about again, and I just say it this way, and I love all pro wrestling, but when you look at who the WWE is targeting from AEW, and when you look at who AEW is targeting from the WWE, it's a tale of 2 cities. It seems as though WWE wants somebody who's either a young star who hasn't hit their prime yet, or somebody who might be right in the middle of their prime, like a Cody Rhodes. And AEW has people who are still credible, still can offer something in the industry. But as obviously, I mean, if you have a 30-year career, you're toward the tail end of it, right? Yeah. And it seems to be going more for a name power there in AEW.
AEW structure is a little bit different because they seem like they don't mind hiring the older guys, but they want to hire like the indie guys at the same time. It's a melting pot.
Well, you want the older guys for the name value, right? What they bring.
You want the guys, the older guys, for the veteran experience as well. But none of that is being utilized. Stick around, guys. You're in the Hall of Fame. We'll be back in a minute, y'all.
Can you dig it, sucker?
Hey, Book, our next sponsor of the Hall of Fame podcast is AG1, the daily foundational nutritional supplement that supports whole body health. I drink it literally every day, and I know you're drinking it too.
Yeah, man. I received the box in the mail, and I said, what is this? And it said AG1. And let me give you a little testimony. I'm a coffee drinker. I've been a coffee drinker every morning for about 25 years. And I drink a big cup of coffee on the way to the airport, and I get on my flight, and I still go to sleep. So I realized coffee is not helping me at all. So I say, let me try the AG1. I stopped drinking coffee literally 2 weeks ago. And I drink the AG1 in the morning, first thing. And the first thing I want to do is get in the gym and train. The body transformation has been unbelievable. The energy I have going into my daily routine has been off the chain. So I'm a believer. I'm a believer in AG1.
And you know, Book, for me, I was sick of taking multivitamins every day, and I wanted something that was an all-in-one. And with AG1, it's just a scoop in my water every morning. I mix it up, and it's a foundational nutritional supplement that delivers comprehensive nutrients to the whole body. And for me, the benefits of AG1, I can tell you I have more energy, I have better digestion, better gut health, I have more support for mental clarity and focus. I'm locked in for the whole day since I've been drinking AG1.
And they say LeBron James spent $1.5 million a year on his body. You don't have to do that, guys. If a comprehensive solution is what you need from your supplement routine, then try AG1 and get a free 1-year supply of vitamin D and 5 AG1 Travel Packs with your first purchase. Guys, go to drinkag1.com/Booker. That's drinkag1.com/Booker. Check it out.
And okay, we're gonna take a quick another break here.
No,
oh, there he goes. There he goes.
We're back. Welcome inside the Hall of Fame. We're back, guys. Been having a little technical difficulty, guys. We've been getting a hell of a lot of rain, man, in the last couple of days. I'm thinking the internet might be on the fritz or something like that. But we back. What are we talking about? Jade Cargill.
We're talking about Jade Cargill and coming over to the WWE. That's the big rumor on the internet. And look, here's the other thing. When you think about Jade coming over, you think about the potential matchups that you have there. And the women's roster is still so stacked. But if you can think of, just from a physicality standpoint, you know, Rhea Ripley versus Jade Cargill, can you imagine? Ooh, man, that's something that gets me excited. You know, it just gets me excited from a presentation standpoint.
You know, that's the thing right there too. You know, the presentation. Both of those girls are huge. You know, Charlotte, you know, fits right in the mix.
Yeah.
Becky Lynch is gonna have to have a hill to climb. You know, working with those girls too. But
what about Bianca and Jade?
Oh my God, man, it's gonna be some good action there. Can you imagine Bianca and Jade as a tag team? All that muscle.
Boom.
You know what I mean? That's Harlem Heat all over again, man. I'm serious, you know. So heck yeah, man. I'm looking forward to seeing exactly how this thing play out. We'll find out. We're gonna find out real soon if Jade Cargill is gonna be a member of the WWE roster. And me personally, I'm pretty excited about it.
Me too, man. You know, talking about women though on the roster, why don't we talk about one that just came back to the WWE? We saw a chat come in here. This is a super chat from Jason Marone. She's not like most girls. Nia Jax is back, better than she was before, better, stronger, faster. Nia Jax made a return to the company on Monday Night Raw, going after Rhea Ripley, who we were just talking about. What do you think of Nia Jax's return?
Yeah, Nia Jax is back and causing havoc immediately. If you're going to bring somebody like Nia back, you want to, you know, put her in the game and put her in the game quick. Hopefully she can get a couple of runs. And I think that's what that was all about. And I'm glad to see Nia back also because I'm sure she was missing the business. Her exit was kind of like unceremoniously. It wasn't something I think she wanted to do. I just think it's something that she perhaps needed to do at that time. So I'm just glad to see her back.
Yeah, because she came back at the Rumble. I think she was a Rumble surprise entry. Was that this year or was that last year? I can't remember, man. Time's crazy.
This year, yeah.
This year?
Yeah.
And then you didn't really hear anything about it. And then and so you're like, oh, maybe that was just a one-off. But it seems like she's kept in good communication with the company, good standing with the company. And I think that more depth to the WWE roster is great, especially in the women's division, and being able to make new, interesting matchups that we haven't seen prior or we haven't seen in a long time is definitely good for the gander. So I'm with you. I'm happy to see Nia back. And that's another one. Nia and Jade. Come on, man.
Yeah.
Why am I I'm like more of a Jade Cargill fan than I realized. Like I'm actually really hyped about Jade.
No, man, like I say, I'm excited about it just because I feel like Jade Cargill will fit into WWE perfectly. I think a few guys over there fit into WWE perfectly as well. I'm not going to call any names or anything like that because I know people are going to say, well, Booker T said, such and such is going to be coming over. No, I'm not saying that, but I just think a few guys over there fit into the system quite well. There's a couple of guys who just exited from the WWE as well. The Dyad. Those guys just let their contract run out and they're going to be leaving the company. They may be showing up in AEW. You never know. They may be going back to UK. But Reed and Fowler, those guys were actually two of my favorites, and I thought they had something good going for them. It used to be called the Young Grizzled Veterans, I think is what they called. But I like those guys, and I kind of hate to see them go a little bit.
Yeah, you ever want to see a good tag team. You don't want to see anybody lose them, especially when you're there in NXT and you get to see these teams up close and you see the potential. And sometimes you imagine people on the WrestleMania stage, right, or the big pay-per-views, and you see, oh man, I can't wait to see them get there. And but for them, at the end of the day, everyone's got to make the decision that's best for them. And for whatever reason, the Dyad didn't feel that the NXT system or the WWE system or whatever it was, maybe being the stateside, didn't really gel with them. And it's unfortunate. And it's the same thing with Jade. Like, I think that when people leave a promotion, you always think, well, what's wrong? What's wrong? Why are they leaving? What's wrong?
Yeah.
Well, sometimes, you go back to Bryan Danielson, and he's like, I just want to try something new. I just want to do something different. I want to get a different experience, and so not everything's always going to work out for everybody, but also just because somebody leaves doesn't mean there's a problem. I don't know exactly what's going on with the Dyad. I don't know what you've heard or if you know anything more than I do, but I don't think that should be a sign that there are problems.
You know what? I don't think it was a problem with those guys or anything like that. Sometimes you're just not feeling it. Sometimes you want more. You know what I mean? Sometimes you feel like things aren't happening quick enough. That's the way it is sometimes. You know what I mean?
Get frustrated.
Yeah, you can get frustrated, and you get frustrated pretty quick. I've been in those positions myself before. I just, luckily been able to weather the storm and, get through them. But I've been in those stagnant spots to where you're wondering, man, what are they doing with me? Am I going to be doing anything? But if it's in the plans, if it's for you to be in that position, it'll work out. This business is just so tricky, it's so fluid, and there's so many guys jockeying for that position. It's a monster. So you definitely got to put yourself in position to win. I tell people all the time, when I got my breaks, a lot of times it wasn't because of me. But I just happened to be prepared when those breaks came, such as when I won my first television championship. It was because Rick Martel didn't bring his boots because he just only thought he was doing a promo, and they need to get the belt, off Disco Inferno. So they need to put it on me. So, Rick Martel could actually beat me in the next couple of weeks. And I'm thinking, okay, I'll do that. But I'm thinking in my mind, man, once they get that title on me, they're never going to have to be able to get it off of me. That's what I'm thinking. So I was thinking about making my break with that title. But I wasn't the chosen one, so you just got to be prepared. Preparation is the only luck you're ever gonna have, man.
It's all you're ever gonna have, BT. It's all you're ever gonna have. And you know what? Talking about preparation, when you're preparing, and you've been through this where you had to wrap up your career, at least as a full-time performer, you have to be prepared for what's gonna come next. One of the big stars in AEW, Bryan Danielson, said, he told his little girl he wouldn't wrestle past her 7th birthday, and she's 6 now, and so that 7th year is coming up, and he says he's going to be wrapping things up here over the next year. What do you feel about if Daniel Bryan holds to that, or Bryan Danielson, excuse me? What do you feel about that and where his career is, and obviously not great news for AEW, but I'm sure he'll still be around in some capacity.
Well, it seems like he knows what he wants. It seems like he's pretty much fulfilled, everything that he wanted to fulfill in his business. And now he's thinking about what's next. What's next is like family, and making sure, you there for, your kids if you have that chance. One thing I really look back and regret, being on the road, when I had a kid and wasn't there for him as much as I felt like I should have been. And a lot of wrestlers, go through that same thing. I'm going on the click again here, so hopefully,
Okay. Well, we might lose Booker there for just a minute, but yeah, I understand what he's saying about Bryan Danielson, and knowing what you want out of this wrestling game and being able to make that transition eventually. I think we've lost Book. He'll join back with us here in just a moment. BT, are you there? Okay, he'll join back here in just a moment. But we think about Bryan Danielson being sidelined for so long from his career and having to come back after the concussion issues and the neck issues, and then battling back, main eventing WrestleMania for the title with that triple threat match with him and Edge at Mania 37 and Roman Reigns, and then making the decision to go to AEW. And I was honest, I was surprised that Bryan Danielson made that decision to go over there and to be in AEW and represent for that company. I was like, man, is that where he wants to wrap things up? But to me, Bryan Danielson, the big appeal of him is he's always been about the wrestling and the next generation. Well, we've had him on the show before. He's one of the great guys who really wants to give back and make guys on his way out. And you saw what he did coming off the bench when CM Punk was, unceremoniously fired from the company. And Bryan Danielson had to come in at a moment's notice for that all-out pay-per-view and the dog collar match. He went out there and he showed up and he showed out with Ricky Starks and gave Ricky Starks the best match of his career. So Bryan Danielson wrapping things up, man, it sucks to see one of the all-time greats, and that's what Bryan Danielson is. Whether you agree with that or not, the American Dragon's going to be in the conversation for one of the greatest professional wrestlers at the technical craft of professional wrestling of all time. And to see him wrapping things up and coming to a close in his career, it's unfortunate. But I understand it, man. He wants to be a family man, and I have a feeling that he'll pop in and out every so often here. But guess what, guys? We're going to be back with BT here in just a second. You're inside the Hall of Fame. We'll be back in a momento.
In order to kick some ass, you got to bring some. I wasn't born the chosen one. I became the chosen one. Through hard work, determination, and winning.
The chosen one, victorious.
You're gonna be a big star. You already are.
I'm stronger, and I'm faster than anyone they ever put me in the ring with. Being the chosen one isn't just a nickname, it's a gift. And professional wrestling is my gift. That is an absolute guaranteed. What's my name again?
Welcome back inside the Hall of Fame, guys. I want to say I apologize. I know my computer, everything's all off right now. I'll fix that tomorrow. But cameras out. I'm just throwing stuff around. We'll fix that later. But if I happen to go out again, Brad, you're going to take it on for us. Let's get to the super chatters, man, so we can make sure we take care of the super chatters.
Yeah, let's get to our super chatters. And I know a lot of y'all want to hear our thoughts about the PWI 500 top 10 just came out, of course. The TKO official merger of the UFC and WWE, but we're going to get into some of your super chats right now. We're going to start here with our most recent one. This is from Kappa Owens. Kappa says, Book and Brad, I almost had it called. I said Becky gets 900,000. Heard she got 850. I will say the show got, not just Becky. How about an epic match? Also, if I'm Carmelo, I'm refusing any match with main roster.
Yeah, you ain't jiving, man. No, seriously, man. But I like it. I like the main roster mix. with NXT. It makes it have definitely a big time feel. Being in that arena, watching guys like Seth Rollins come back, who was a staple in NXT for a long time. Seeing the ladies like Becky come back, who was a staple in there for a long time, and then to see that electricity and that energy in the arena for those fans, seeing those guys come back, it's going to be like, it's kind of like when the Usos come back to reality of wrestling, man. It has a certain feel because those guys made it, and we want to be in that position too one day. So that's what's really, really cool about the nucleus of, the guys coming from the main roster, working on NXT. I love it.
Yeah, I think it's awesome to have that mix, and iron sharpens iron, right? You only get better with somebody who's better than you. So I definitely like it. Let's see. Breland says there's a lot of sip between a cup and a lip.
So a lot of sip. No, it's a lot of slip between a cup and a lip.
There you go.
All right, make sure you get that right next time.
Kappa says Jade versus Mommy versus Raquel Gonzalez versus Belair. Yeah, there's a lot of good matches.
We got a fatal four-way right there, man. That's a monster. That's a monster right there. Seriously. So I like the addition. Perhaps if Jade Cargill makes the make that move, I'll be loving it.
Yeah, Raquel, another muscular, got the big back.
Yeah.
Her and Jade would match up really good, man. I do like that one there. Let's see. Josh Jones, you just joined as a new member.
You don't mess with my little privates, man.
We salute to you.
Damn. There you go, Josh
Jones. This is from Tiger. Hey, Book, thoughts on Lashley with Ford and Dawkins?
I love it, man. I love it. I still would love to see MVP in that mix. I mean, I like that group right there, that the new Hurt Business, but to really complete the new Hurt Business, I think you need that figurehead, man. That figurehead. MVP did a damn good job. I think MVP was the MVP through the pandemic era.
Yeah.
So I say, that's the only thing that I think that's missing a little bit.
Looking back at it, I like this new combination. Don't get me wrong, but I don't know why they ever broke the Hurt Business up. Because, and you know what, that's a creative call, and far be it from me.
Wait a minute.
No, why?
I don't want to throw any, a monkey wrench in anything, but who was in the Hurt Business? Give me a list.
MV, Bobby, Shelton, and Cedric.
Who the hell's Cedric? Whose ass was he gonna kick? Nobody.
Oh, come on, Book. Come on, Book.
To get him out of the group and get him. He was the weak link.
Nah, Cedric
was the weak link, man. He didn't even look tough. He couldn't even act tough. The brother was soft.
We almost made it through a show without any dirt sheet headlines. And now I see all the good talk we've had today. All the good talk. You just couldn't help yourself. Just couldn't help it. You know what I mean? God dang it, man. For the record, I like the Hurt Business in its original formation.
I'm just telling it like it is, man. I'm just telling it like it is. If the Hurt Business would still be rolling, if they would have left Cedric's ass out in the cold. Okay. So that's my take on that. Let's go to the next super
I know she didn't say nothing about Shelton, because Shelton come and see you. Shelton knows where you're at, and Shelton, big guy. Shelton come see you.
Exactly my point. I'll whoop Cedric's ass all day.
Tripping hard, man.
You just made my point for me.
Tripping hard. Oh my gosh. Let me okay, this is from Bryan. Booker, Marriott or 7-Eleven? I've watched the videos hundreds of times. Thanks for the memories.
Marriott, baby. Marriott.
Why Marriott?
That was a good scene. That's a really good scene.
That's the only reason. Yeah, I was about to say. Very, very nice looking young lady.
Yeah,
was in that scene with you.
Like I say, some things you remember, some things you don't.
Yeah, well, yeah, I'm with you on that one, man. I'm with you on that one. Okay, here's probably the next controversial subject we're about to jump into. This from Cali Toenail. If you're someone like Matt Riddle, how do you stop the bleeding from allegations that could ruin your life? His ex went in hard on him after the airport incident. Women's accusations can kill you. And then this is followed up by Mike Edwards, who said, you hear about Matt Riddle being sexually harassed at the airport, and have you guys had any issues traveling at certain airports? I'm gonna also say, for the record, I've seen the headlines, I've seen the captions, I haven't read through the story intimately.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't be speaking from a place of expertise. I will say, Book, last time I was at the airport, I did get the full pat down, man. They even asked me, do you want to go to a room? I'm like, wait a minute. No, anything you're going to do it. TSA, do it in public. But I didn't see everything with Matt Riddle. Are you still with us, Book? I think Book's froze on us again here. So I didn't see the whole issue with Matt. There you go, Book.
No, you was doing that was on you this time. I never left.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But I don't know. What do you think? Have you ever had any travel issues?
Never had,
Like I said,
I never got sexually assaulted, sexually harassed by anybody in the airport. No, I haven't. No, I'm just saying that for the record. No. One thing about Matt Riddle, this guy, a lot of people like him. A lot of people behind Matt Riddle. He's gotten, several accusations thrown at him. He's been able to, somehow get through it. But I tell you, this kind of stuff is not going to continue to keep happening for this young man, and things to, steady seems to be roses. It's not going to happen. It's going to be a time where he's going to run into a brick wall. So I just hope Matt Riddle get himself on track, because there again, he's a guy that a lot of fans really believe in and want to believe in. And this business is, you got a lot of eyes on you. People going to judge you, and they're going to talk about it no matter what. Staying out of those news clippings is very, very important if you want to make it in this business. And the thing is, I know he don't have to listen to me. No one does. But I'm just saying, if he want to stick around this thing, man, he needs to wise up.
Yeah. Staying out of the news, right? No news is good news, is what they say, right?
Stay out of the news, man. Stay out of the news. I mean, stay off the social media world. I mean, if you want to be a YouTuber, if that's what you want to do, you know what I mean? Yeah, that's fine. But if you trying to focus on this thing and really understand what this thing is really all about, and stay in it for a longevity for a substantial amount of time, you gotta look at it as a job. And that only simple as that.
Yeah, and again, I am not 100% clear on what he is alleging. I don't know any part of the investigation. I've just seen the headlines, and again, I can't speak from a place of expertise on it. I'm sure you're the same, but I can say also for myself, I've never had an issue, to answer the question, at an airport of any kind, and I hope not to. I will say though, man, I don't like when they swipe my hands thinking that I got some powder or some residue on it. You know what I mean? I'm like, you can wipe them, but you're picking me out? Me. I'm the guy you're worried about?
I got clear, and I get random every time.
Me too, man. I'm like, look, I got the pre-check, so I don't got to go through the x-ray machine.
Yeah, well, you going through it. Yeah.
Oh man. Look, hey, before we wrap things up, I do want to ask you about the PWI top 10 that came out. The top 10 wrestlers of the 500 list that came out. I'm just going to go through them real quick, okay? Number 10, Cody Rhodes. Number 9, Josh Alexander. Number 8, Orange Cassidy. Number 7, Okada. Number 6, MJF. Number 5, Vikingo. Number 4, Gunther. Number 3, Jon Moxley. Number 2, Roman Reigns. Number 1, Seth Rollins. It is notable that the top 3 are all members of the Shield.
I'm not going to even comment on that list.
Yeah, you don't seem to be in agreement with any of it, huh?
I'm not in agreement with any of it at all. Zero.
Well, there you go. There you have it, Book. Well, that is the PWI 500 top 10. I'm not sure I'm in any agreement with it either. I mean, there's some names that definitely deserve to be on there, others that I'm questioning of how their name came up for consideration. But you know what, BT?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I'm wondering who's on that committee coming up with these names.
Yeah. Well, you know what? I know we're coming to an end on the show this week. But it's been an awesome awesome week for the Hall of Fame, awesome couple weeks. And I know we're going to be going to Vegas soon. You just were with the PBC, the Premier Boxing Champions this week, doing stuff for Jamel Charlo. The Hall of Fame keeps running, Book.
That's right. That's right. And it ain't gonna stop. It ain't gonna stop because we got a lot more work yet to still to be done, guys. Like I say, September 23rd, Reality of Wrestling. Make sure you guys, if you're anywhere in the surrounding areas of Texas City, 9300 Emmett L. Lowry, make sure you guys come down there and check us out. It's going to be an awesome, awesome night. Main event is going to be 2 NXT star Axiom versus Charlie Dempsey. The next chapter, guys, is going to be awesome. So come on out and have some fun with us. Always, guys, all you guys in the chat, would appreciate you guys for stepping inside the Hall of Fame. All the super chatters, we appreciate you. I don't know what Cali was today, man. Cali, we miss you, man. We miss you. We didn't get nothing from Cali, right? We miss you.
No, we got stuff from Cali.
All right, well, Cali, there it is, throwing up the pinky for you. And always, Bradley, for the heavy lifting, we got to get up out of here. Peace. Next time, we out.